in our tribulation, that we may be able to comfort them.
Right, he says, comfort us in our tribulation. Now, the comforter is not no fat dude that's 6 feet deep in the grave right now.
That's
It's the
right.
scriptures. You know, that's how we comfort, because we could be going through circumstances, and we go to the scriptures and we come back to the conclusion that there's hope. And when Yahushua return, all that suffering gonna end, and we're gonna receive peace. That's what comes for us. We know that this is not gonna remain like this for another 30, 40 years. That the end is very close, and as we draw closer to the end, Satan, he's gonna be more on the offense. Okay?
It says, who comforted us in all our tribulation, that
So
we may...
sorry, bro. Right now, Satan, he's in stealth mode. And he's just watching, just waiting for the right time to attack. And he's looking at your weaknesses. He's looking at the things that Satan knows you better than you know yourself. He's in stealth mode, waiting for the perfect time to attack and draw you into the bushes by your neck. That's why you have to be the one to look at your weakness and work on it, and pray and fast on it. So you have to be the one.
It says, that we may be able to comfort them which are in any trouble by the comfort wherewith we ourselves are comforted of the Most High.
Right, so we comfort one another with the scriptures. We remind brothers of what the scriptures say. And brothers remind us back. Because in Ecclesiastes, it speaks about two are better than one. When one fall, you can hope the other up. Because you're going to have times where you're at your low, when you're feeling down. And brother will hope you back up. And, bring you back in the spirit. So you have us outside. Okay?
For as the sufferings of Yahushua abound in us, so our consolation also abounded by Yahushua. And whether we be afflicted, it is for your consolation and salvation, which is effectual.
It says whether we be afflicted is for what? Our, salvation. Because we just ain't going through hell just because we going, matter of fact, it's Psalms 118 and 18. Because technically, we all guilty of death. Because we all broke the law of the Most High. We say what? The wages of sin is death. The wages of payment. So the payment for breaking the law is our life. But we receive in mercy. Now read that. So instead of the Most High pulling us to death, he whooping our ass.
This is Psalms 118 and verse 18. The Lord hath chastised me sore, but he hath not.
He chastised us sore. Go ahead.
But he hath not given me over unto death.
Right. It says, but he had not given us over to death. But technically, we supposed to be put to death. But the Most High having mercy and whooping our ass. That's what we go through. What we go through. Most High is correcting us and getting rid of anything that's undesirable that's within us, and getting rid of those bad habits that we picked up in the world. And that's how we're gonna make it to the kingdom.
Yeah. It says, and whether we be afflicted, it is for your consolation and salvation, which is effectual in the enduring of the same sufferings which we also suffer. Or whether we be comforted, it is for your consolation and salvation. And our hope of you is steadfast, knowing that as ye are partakers of the sufferings, so shall ye be also of the consolation.
Right. So when we suffer, we gotta keep in mind we suffering with Yahushua, because Yahushua, when he was on the earth, he suffered himself. So therefore we have to suffer. But with Yahushua, he completed the course. So we have to complete and finish. Because before we can receive peace, we must go through, chastisement. Go through hell.
I got some. This Psalms 51
verse, I'm gonna start from 16. It says, "For thou desirest not sacrifice, else will I give it. Thou delightest not in
Start at what verse you on?
16.
Start at 15.
15. Psalms 51 and 15. It says, "O Lord, open." Psalms 51 and 15. It says, "O Lord, open my lips, and my mouth shall shew forth thy praise. For thou desirest not sacrifice, else will I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering." This is the sacrifice of
Because, look at that.
it says the sacrifice of the Most High are
From
a
the law,
broken spirit,
Right.
a broken
You know the
and
scripture.
a contrite
We are
heart.
judged, we are chastised.
All power thou wilt not despise.
Right. And that's how
we are judged.
most start taking place in that.
Yeah,
You know,
but we don't compare
being
with the world.
brokenhearted,
Yeah.
but
I think that is.
keeping our integrity. You know, because when we fall, most I see that as a shame. Man, I ain't gonna hit you that hard. You know what I'm saying? So when we going through it and we keep doing what we're doing, most I like to see that. You know, that's why it's important to like stay in the spirit. You know, because you can look at it two ways. There's only two ways: spiritually or carnally. That's the only way. Two ways to look at it.
Yeah, I'm back up in Sirach 2. Back in Sirach 2, verse 3, it says, "Leave unto him, depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient.
I got it.
Thou art changed
11 and
with those
32.
things."
Right.
From when we are judged, yeah. The water.
Because you can't have doubt. You can't have doubt that the Most High is not gonna take care of us. You know, you just like, well, just in case it doesn't happen, I'm gonna go to school. That's doubt. Most High sees that.
Yeah, plan B, plan C.
Yeah, you got plan B to plan W. You know, there shouldn't be one plan. Plan A, serve the Lord.
That's it.
Plan B is to make plan A work. Wow.
Message.
I got the fact.
It says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low state. For gold is trying to
Exactly.
fire."
We're not saying it's not gonna hurt. Of course it hurt. That's why the Most High is doing it.
Right,
Because it's supposed to hurt. But at the same time, you're supposed to learn.
right.
A loss is only a loss if you don't learn.
Hello.
It says, "For gold is trying to fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity."
Right. You put gold in the fire, it cleans the gold. And depending on the temperature, that will separate the other alloys from the gold. Like you have jewelry and it's just gold, and what they'll do is they'll put the torch to it, and they'll clean it. And that's what the Lord's doing to us, He's putting the torch to it. Now some people they can't stand the heat.
It says, "Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall."
Right, and go down the side, that's full. And another thing is, everything is by the Spirit. Now you got guys, they fall out, and they want to try to get back into this thing, but they can't because the Spirit's not on them. You know, they may try to fake it, or they may go out for a couple months or a couple weeks, but then eventually going to stop because the Spirit's not on them. They keep going. Like we're not out here on our own. It's through the Spirit of the Most High. Without the Spirit of the Most High, we do nothing. Right?
Verse 8, "Ye that fear the Lord, please him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy."
Yeah, so that's
I got a precept.
that's the kingdom. That
Hebrews 12 and 11. Now no chastening from the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous.
read that again.
It says, now no chastening
That's the suffering. You know, that's the misfortune. Go ahead. Losses. Go ahead.
Salakia. It says, it says, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it.
Is it supposed to feel good? Of course not. It's not supposed to be comfortable. That's why the Most High brings these misfortune upon us.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be difficult. That's the fight coming. But nevertheless,
Afterward,
afterwards,
after the pain, fucking turmoil, the misfortune, it yieldeth the peaceable fruits of righteousness unto them which were exercised thereby.
I was thinking about you go to the gym, you don't work
Yo,
out,
bro.
you know, you're gonna feel sore. But because what's happening is
It's breaking
muscles
down.
is tearing. To rebuild, you know.
Yeah.
But once you endure through that, what happens?
Growth.
You get, you know, you build stronger muscles.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with our emotions. We developing emotional immune system. Because the first time something may happen, you may, you know,
Hurt.
you be hurt, and you may feel down in the spirit. But after a while, when it comes to second time, the third time, you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
You're like, here we go again. You already know. You know how to move around it now. You get used to it.
With my man Bane, when he was fucking up Batman, right? And Batman turned off the lights. And he was like, I was born in darkness. You know? I lived in it. I know what it is.
Yeah.
You using this as a gimmick or a trick. But I was raised in this. I know what this darkness feels like. And like you saying, the Most High is making us hard, or a spiritual, emotional immune system, which repels or resists the bad bacteria or the bad germs or the pain. You know?
We get used to the pain.
We become numb.
Like you have, let's say, you know, you got tender hands. Your hands are tender. You're not used to doing labor with your hands. Eventually, your hands gonna develop callus. But then, which is dead skin. But it's gonna help you to get that grip.
Yeah.
To be able to hold on to certain things while your hand being tender. So that's with us. You know, we're emotionally developing calluses.
Yeah. I got another precept. 1 Corinthians 11:32. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord.
When we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord. Because going back to what we were saying, you know, we're being judged right now. That's why,
Right.
you know, you may lose your girl.
Right.
You go through misfortune.
Right.
Or you might have sequence of events happen back.
Right.
You know, you may be homeless for a moment. And you might, crash at a brother spot. You know, that's part of being in the truth.
Right.
You know, so that's the Most High judging us. You may not have work at the moment.
Right.
Your phone bill
It's
is
due.
not paid. Your phone get cut off.
Yeah.
But you know, that's part of being judged. Because that's part of the suffering. Because the judgment of the world is death. We just going through, you know, sad times. You know, we being judged through sad, uncomfortable times where the world gonna be judged through, you know, pain and
Yeah.
death.
Yeah.
We don't want that, right?
We were comforted after our ass whippings. You know, we go through the fire, we lose. You know, we bump our heads, we fall, but the Lord comforts us.
It's good to say a righteous man falls 7 times. So that's why we're saying we ain't strong all the time. You got your moment you feel weak at times. You got your moment you ain't not
On fire.
You
Yeah.
got the time you're on fire. You got the time you're feeling weak. But the thing is, it's the fight. If you can look up, you can get up. Hello.
It says, but when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned.
We should not be condemned with the world.
The world.
You know, so we're receiving our chastisement right now for the Most High,
Yeah.
whereas the world,
Woo.
they're gonna receive the chastisement through death.
Damnation.
That's how they're gonna get corrected. You know, now if they're Israelite, they're gonna come back, and the Most High gonna have mercy on them. They're gonna come back as newborn babies, but we're not gonna be destroyed. You know, we're gonna be delivered. That's
That was it.
that.
This is 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Yahushua.
Like infirmity is mental weakness, and it might be as a physical weakness, but we glory in that because that shows that Most High is with us. Because if everything is going too perfect, it's a good thing. It's a good chance that Most High ain't working with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's because a lot of things go well for people in the world because they of the world.
Yeah.
And Satan blesses them,
Right.
but we ain't getting no blessings from Satan.
No.
We're gonna get our blessings from the Most High.
Right. Yeah, the
Right.
world paints the picture as suffering is a bad thing. But when you suffering for the right thing, the right reasons, which is serving the Lord, that's a blessing. And we're not telling, you got to put these disclaimers out there and explain everything. We ain't telling you to afflict yourselves.
Yeah, don't go be
Put yourselves in situations and circumstances that you don't have to be in.
Yeah.
We avoid shit as much as possible. You know?
Yeah, don't create situations that you don't have to be in. Too.
Exactly.
Because you see that too at times.
Yeah.
Brother may be sincere.
Over righteous sometimes.
Yeah, he gets over righteous, and you may be in a job site
Yeah.
and going to the supervisor, the devil.
Yeah, the boss is a
Lose
lesbian.
your job or get fired, and he's like, I'm going through hell. I'm like, well, bro, that could have been prevented.
Right.
You just should have kept your mouth shut.
Right.
Because you know what? The scriptures say a wise tale will be rejected when it comes out of the mouth of a fool.
Right.
Because even though you may be saying something right, but it may be bad timing.
It's
You're
not
gonna run in the middle of Macy's and Walmart and scream, "White man, the devil!" Even though that's true, but ain't the time for that.
It's not expedient.
Or you ain't gonna go to the airport talking about America gonna be destroyed, because you know what's gonna happen?
You're a
They're
terrorist.
surrounded by Port Authority.
Right. Yeah, it's not expedient. It's not expedient. There's a time and a place for everything under the sun and heaven.
That's right.
It's not expedient, even though faggots are going to be put to death. It ain't our. It's a righteous thing to put a faggot to death, but guess what? It's not time to be doing those things.
Yeah.
It's not time. You got a lesbian boss. You damn sodomite, carpet munching bitch.
Just said vengeance, vengeance of me.
Yeah, the Lord's going to do all that.
Exactly. Just
You got to suffer. You got to suffer. We got to take the loss.
That's we gotta learn how to act.
The scriptures say, "Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove." You got to be calculative with your actions, and that's towards everything and everybody. The scriptures is our blueprint. It's our guidebook, our manual to apply the wisdom that's written in it. We don't got this word for nothing. This is our source. So when we dealing with people in the world, which they don't have the wisdom, they don't have the Lord's statutes, commandments, they don't have the fear of the Lord, you got to deal with them as such. You know?
Learn how to be invisible. I got that from the movie. What's that with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Inception?
So would it be. But he said to his was it a stepson, something like that? And he's like, yo, you ain't got to tell everybody, what you're thinking. Learn how to be invisible. Because the more you talk, the more
you expose yourself.
You show what you're thinking. They show you that at God Father too.
Yeah.
When Sonny decides to open up his mouth and share his opinion at the meeting, and Don Corleone said to him like, after the meeting, like, what's wrong with you, man? You never let nobody outside the family know what you're thinking. Because people only know what you're thinking when
Based on what you say.
you open your mouth.
Yeah.
You know your thoughts. You gotta learn how to be invisible.
That is a quiet fool.
Yeah. Wise as a serpent, harmless as dove. A serpent is a defenseless creature. It doesn't put itself out in the open because it can be taken up by other predators. Now I ain't gotta put the camera on me. It can be taken by other predators. So it's calculative. It stays in a position. It will stay in one spot for hours until its prey passes by him. It will never put itself out in the open because he can get taken by other predators.
Yeah, and you know the thing with a snake, you can't read a snake body language.
Mm-hmm.
A snake doesn't show emotion, whereas a dog, you can tell when a dog is sad, feeling down, or it's happy. A snake just have a what you call a poker face.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's going to attack you or not attack you.
Yeah.
The movie was called Revenant.
Revenant.
Proverbs 17:28 says, even the fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. It says,
you don't know a fool till you open his mouth. Because in most cases, if you quiet, people can't figure you out.
Yeah, you're a mystery.
Yeah, like the 48 laws of power, a lot of the stuff there is in the Apocrypha.
Proverbs and Ecclesiastes.
One thing they'll say, like in the 48 laws of power, people, that they fear a quiet person because you don't know what they're thinking. And they'll tell you, like, nature, a person human nature will automatically try to figure you out. And they'll count you as a wise person because you're unpredictable. But then the moment you start talking, they can figure you out, and that's when they lose respect for you.
yeah, it says, and he that shut up his lips is esteemed a man of understanding.
You're esteemed as a man of understanding. Like, there's a reason why this guy is saying that. You must know something.
Yeah.
That's how they look at you. And you ain't, you're not, showing any type of worry. Kind of laid back. They look at you and he knows something. That.
This is Colossians 4 and 6.
Ooh,
Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man.
Right. So you got to, it says seasoned with salt, meaning being experienced. Like you just don't be talking or just saying anything. That's the thing in the world. In the world, they just be saying anything, man. And half of the time, people don't remember half of the shit they say. They just be talking. Like I was watching, I ain't gonna say it, go ahead.
I got something.
There's a face off.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
You got a point?
No, man, if I gotta say,
Yeah.
there was a face off with, some brothers be like battle rap. So, there was the battle rapper K. Sean with Easy the Block Captain. And the rapper K. Sean picked it up. He's like, this guy just be saying anything. Like, he kept saying to the dude, like, yeah, my talk is different. So he flipped it on him, like, yo, you acting mad different. He said, I'm not acting different. He automatically jumped and said, I'm not acting different. And dude said, hold up, I thought you said you were different. Then you say your talk is different? And he just stepped back, he felt stupid, he just quiet. But that go to show you, and the dude, K. Sean can say, that you probably talk too much. You're so quick to throw a response and an answer, you're not really thinking about what you're saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. People listen to respond.
Yeah.
They don't listen to understand.
Yeah, exactly. They listen to throw a response. They doesn't say anything. Because some people just combative. They doesn't say anything. The sky is blue. Nah. How you know it ain't red?
Exactly.
They don't say anything. They just don't want you to be right.
Exactly. And then
That's the world.
they'll say some bullshit. That's your truth. Everybody got their truth. There's only one truth.
There's only one truth.
Right is right, wrong is wrong,
If it
motherfucker.
ain't true, it's perspective. And perspective is subject to a law.
I got some heat, man.
Okay.
This is Sirach, chapter 19, verse 6. He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife.
Right. Because you learn how to master your emotions. That's a skill. Not just saying, not just talking. Because there's another scripture in the Apocrypha that say, a person pretty much that talk a lot, rejected.
I've got that.
Okay.
Spirit.
What's next?
It's coming up.
All right, I got it.
Yeah. He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife.
Right, so he that rules his tongue, will live without strife, because a person that talks a lot, you increase your chance of offending somebody. Now, you may say the wrong thing to a person, and you don't know how that may offend that person. Now you start a whole confrontation. Now, a person that say less, not saying that you won't offend a person, but it minimizes it.
Another thing too, like, you don't want to be around somebody that's talking all the goddamn time. Every time you run into them, he got a story.
Yeah.
We know somebody like that.
Because you know what happened is, people just start avoiding you, man.
Yeah.
They go to the, I'm going this way.
That's the storyteller,
You go
nigga.
ear hostage, man.
Some niggas you avoid, they just keep chasing you.
They keep talking, they just keep going. Yeah. So, and they got those people that you trying to walk away, like, all right, so I'm gonna talk to you later, and you don't give them eye contact. They just keep tapping you, like, yeah, so, like, turn your head. So, yeah, they just keep tapping you.
Aye,
They
nigga.
don't stop talking.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, and he that hateth Babylon shall have less evil.
Right, that's a babbling a person that just talk, because it brings confusion. Just talking and talking. That's what females do. They talk. That's not in a man's nature to be talking. Because now we're not as masculine as men was in the ancient time. Because men in the ancient time, they said very little but said a lot. They mastered the art of that. Now women, they'll keep talking. Like Esau, one thing I know about Esau, he talked, he put too many words in sentences. And he'd be like, just get to the point, man. Go ahead.
Oh, that was it on that. It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 20, verse 3. How good is it? No. All right, verse 6. Some man holdeth his tongue, but he have not the answer. And some keepeth silence, and knoweth his time. It says,
Right, some keep it silent because you know if it's time. Because sometimes you just gotta let a person speak. Because you know what you learn? Like let's say you're gonna say something to somebody. You already know. Let's say I'll give an example, like you go to a person in church. You may ask them what this means. Before you jump in, you don't know what it means. Let them talk. Because they're gonna say you cut them off before they answer it wrong. They're gonna say, "Oh, I was gonna say that because you didn't give me a chance to say it." So you give them a time to talk and say they stupid, dumb shit, and then you interject.
the scriptures say, understand first, then rebuke. You know?
Even like you watch these court shows and stuff, you might see you see one guy, he's trying to plead his cause, he's just babbling. The other guy, he just holding his peace, he's holding his peace, and then when it's time for him to speak,
He shuts down, yeah.
He speaks, and the other guy keeps trying to, but your honor, he's like, yo, shut up, man, let him speak. It's his turn now,
Right.
And then that guy, who holds his peace, know when it's time to talk, he winds up winning the case.
Yeah.
Because you know what end up happening too in court? A person that talk a lot, they end up, incriminating themselves.
Right.
Because, that's the thing. A person, like when you're judging a matter, you can tell who's lying by the inconsistency. And you can ask a question like 3 different ways, you get 3 different answers. Now, as a truth, it's going to be, you got 3 different ways, you still get 1 answer. That's why it says in the Apocrypha, interrupt not a man's middle of speech. It's not, I don't mean if you're talking about who's going to win the final. I was talking, brother. Let me finish. We say, don't interrupt a man's middle of his speech. It's not talking about that. It's talking about, when you read it in the context, it's talking about judging the matter. Because you have 2 parties, you let them both talk.
Yeah.
And don't interrupt them, let them talk, because the truth eventually going to come out.
Right. It says, A wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity, but a babbler and a fool will regard no time.
Yeah, yeah, just talking.
He's just talking. Nah. You ain't hearing what I was going to say. Those type niggas. Nah. You ain't listening. You ain't hearing me. Like, damn, nigga. You know?
They call that like business, corporate business. They call that soft skills. Knowing how to speak, body language, things like that. Sometimes you gotta be precision with your words. You gotta say much. A perfect time to be everything.
It says, he that useth many words shall be abhorred.
It said he that uses many words will be abhorred. Because a person that talks a lot, what's gonna happen, man? People gonna start avoiding you.
Yeah.
Here comes this guy.
Exactly.
I'm going this way, man. Or they're gonna get on the phone like, yeah. So, are you good? You don't want to get stuck holding a conversation with this guy because you're not gonna shut up.
Right.
Then you got certain guys. They're just. I'm talking about brothers in the truth.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm talking about like Jake in the world. You got certain guys. They just talk, and they don't let you get a word in.
No.
You about to say something and then put a hand up. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
And then the moment you start talking, they'll dismiss you like, yeah, so I
gotta go. Nigga. Nigga.
After they say the mouthful, they'll dismiss you. They just stop talking. There's this one guy that lives next door from me. Live in the next building. I noticed that with him. Like, he be holding my ear hostage. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let him talk.
Yes.
I'm holding. Soon as I start talking, yeah, but I gotta go.
Never fails. Never fails.
Never fails. But
Yo.
sometimes I see him like, he's gonna come here, he's gonna start talking.
Right.
So I start walking fast, like I got somewhere to be. That's why it's good to say, he that uses many words will be abhorred. Because nobody, people don't want to hear all the time.
It says, he that useth many words shall be abhorred, and he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated.
Right. That's a person trying to get clout. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put himself in a position. Like, you ever been on the job? You got this one guy in his mind, he's a supervisor. And he's there acting like he has the position to tell you what to do.
Right.
And that's usually the guy that gets singled out and nobody want to be around.
Exactly.
Like, this guy think he's the fucking boss.
Yep. Take his job too serious.
Yeah. So he act like he's the owner of the fucking company.
Yeah.
So that's the guy nobody want to be because he's trying to put himself in that position.
Right.
Oh, people look at him, he's an ass.
Yep.
So that's the guy, you know, that's trying to put himself in a position.
I was in on that.
Ecclesiastes 10:12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself.
Right. So the word of a wise man's mouth is gracious. Because a wise man says something like, thank you for sharing that, man. That gave me a whole different perspective of things. Well, look at the fool will swallow from himself, you know. Like I see videos, this one Jake, I don't know where this thing was, but he was on live, and there was a crackhead there, and he started asking for donations for the crackhead to give the crackhead crack.
Oh my goodness.
You know? I'm like, yo, you on live trying to sell crack. And then that's what niggas do. They do everything with social media, and then when they get locked up, they want to say, well, somebody out here snitching. No. You told them yourself.
Yeah.
The Jake don't understand the concept of being discreet.
Nope.
So it says, the lips of a fool will swallow up himself. Or a person is lying, let them talk. And eventually, it's not going to be consistent. That's like catch them in a lie. And you're like, so at 3 o'clock, where was you? Oh, you was in the gas station. Okay, so where was you yesterday afternoon? That's the same question. Yeah, I was in my mom's crib, but like a lip of a fool will swallow up himself.
That's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, you know you're
You know you're
fucked
fucked
up.
up now. You know you're fucked
You
up.
know you done fucked up.
I seen that recently.
Oh, yeah?
one of 48 hours or some shit. They're interrogating the guy about some incident, some shooting, and he fucking talking, trying to get himself out of it. And say, yeah, I was with such and such. The guy I shot last week. He said such and such. The guy that I shot. And he actually said that. He talking about somebody else. He talking about, and he blew himself up about somebody else that he shot.
They wasn't even investigating that.
Idiot.
Alright,
You know we found the weapon, right? You mean the gun that was underneath the mattress? Like at the body? Like they didn't even know about the gun. You just told it yourself. What's that this guy named on Power Book 2? There was a meme everywhere about him being interrogated and shit like that. He on like the ball player, he on fucking hold on himself. Like first of all, why the fuck you even did answer all your questions, man?
Why you even did?
Yeah, why you did? Like, come on, that's actually common sense. They ain't got a lawyer, get the fuck out of there.
Thank you.
Alright, so Ecclesiastes 10 and 13. It says, the beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness. It says, verse 14, a fool also is full of words, and a man cannot tell what shall be and what shall be after him. Who can tell? Who can tell him?
And I was going to work, and I met this dude. He thought it was late, but I was really, I was on time doing my thing. And he told me, yo, I know you're going through things. I don't know what you're going through. You know what I'm going through. But I guarantee if you lose your job, whatever you're going through will be a whole lot worse. I was like, oh shit, that's on point. And I just took that as like, I kind of went to the truth. But it's like, yo, you're going through a lot of shit, but if you need the truth, whatever you're going through is going to be a whole lot worse, man. Scripture says to build up the churches in heaven. The same way if you lose your money out here in your pockets, the situation gets bad. But if you lose that spiritual treasure, all bets are off, man. Because you both front of a job.
The spirit made him say that.
Yeah.
You don't really know why he said that.
Exactly.
You perceived that what it meant in the spirit.
It was a message for you.
Yeah, so it's like, sometimes you can't see a thing in the world. A person who's up in age, they might know some wisdom. Aside from the apostles and elders and the brothers pushing this word, you might find some dudes that might know something. You gotta take out your meat, take your meat and spit out your phones.
It's experience.
Yeah, you can learn things from people on the world, man. As long as it's not contrary to the scriptures. Because some people have certain experience on certain things that life they do.
Yeah, because the Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiasticus, it's not really commandments. It's not the law. Those are experiences.
Right.
What would happen if a man, catch another man sleeping with his woman? It's a mystery between a man and his woman. That's an experience. Walk not in a multitude of men. That's an experience. Those are experiences that's being brung out in those books, and people in the world go through shit, and if they give you their experience, like the brother said, it's a message for you, because the Most High has you meet that person at that time, at that moment, to hear that message,
Right.
Proverbs 18 and it says 18 and 7. It says a fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. All right. This is a little more sad. So read it again. It says Proverbs 18 and 7. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snares of his soul. So it can be a foolish thing to just be running your mouth, man. Sometimes you got no one to be quiet. When you hear the word, it says to hold your foot in the house of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You mean what? You gotta shut that hell up. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So you have to listen. The whole thing is listening, man. Listening to understand. running your mouth, man, that could lead you to destruction.
I was gonna say, like the word wisdom or the word wise means to seek. Like you look into the word, it means actually to seek, right? Now, the word view goes derived from the same word for dead. It means to seek. Because wisdom, a person that experience can see things before it happened. Like an older guy that was dumb and he ran through the streets, he may tell a younger guy like, listen man, this pathway needs two places, either dead or in jail. Because he's seen it, he lived it already. So that's why you see it. Or a mechanic may be able to tell you like, yo, if you don't change this in like 1 or 2 months, you're gonna have a bigger problem. They're gonna cause this to break down, and they're gonna need another part to break down. Because you see it because of experience. So that's what wisdom means, to be wise, to see things.
Got some? This is James 3 and 5. Even so the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth.
Yeah.
And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. Yeah, so basically, watch what you say. That's why Yahweh Shai said, let your yea be yea, and your nay be nay, and any more of these things which you say bring forth much evil. Alright? So you have to be very careful of the words that you speak. That's why Yahweh Shai also said that it's not what goes into a man's mouth that defiles him, but what comes out. And the scriptures also said that he that keepeth his tongue keepeth his life. You know?
Yeah, every idle word that men shall speak shall give account in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. That's why, Jake, they look at us different. They treat us different. And it's twofold. We get treated like shit. But then some Drake reverence us. They come to us for advice. They come to us for counsel. They come to us for, whatever. Because they know that when we speak, it's substance. We speak with quality. We're not just shooting the shit. Whenever you talk to one of the brothers in the faith, all right, in the truth, you're going to get some quality speech. You ain't going to hear about whatever. We could be in Clark Kent mode, shoot the shit, talk about sports, World Star, Shade Room, and all that other bullshit. But the majority of the times when we speak, it's substance. It's about what's going on in the world. It's about health. It's about fixing your life. It ain't about bullshit. But that's when the spirit is on us to deal, Because majority of the times we don't want to even be bothered, We just want the conversation to be over with so we can get back to doing what we was doing, But go ahead, that was it.
It says, Ecclesiastes 14. It says the wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. Going back to what you said, right? Being wise, wisdom, or means to see. Right. That's why I said the wise man, his eyes are in his head. See things ahead of time. It says, but the fool walketh in darkness. Someone's foolish, man. They're not going to attend to wise counsel or understanding or wisdom. They fool, and these people out here, they're fools, man. They're brought up into darkness. Right? And the average nigga out here doesn't have wise counsel or understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finished now. And myself, we see also that one event happened to the whole.
All right, this is Proverbs 4 and 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. Now, where's wisdom is found? Get 2 Timothy 3 and 15. The child. So I'm gonna read it again. This is Proverbs 4 and 7. It says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. Because some people have the ability to cope, they don't have the understanding. That's why it's supposed to get understanding. Now, understanding is what? Comprehension. Because people quote John 3:16 don't have no comprehension of John 3:16 and other scriptures. And it says, exhort her and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou doest embrace her. She shall give to thy head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory, so she deliver to thee. So that's all about wisdom, because the scripture. Let's read it, matter of fact.
This is 2 Timothy 3 and 15. And that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Yahushua HaMashiach.
Read it again.
And that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which
So
is in.
it says that. I'm sorry. Read one time.
And that from a child that thou hast known the holy scriptures,
So the Sunday commandment is the scriptures. Right.
which are able to make thee wise unto salvation
So how they become wise? Through the scriptures. Right.
through faith which is in Yahushua HaMashiach.
Alright, now let's read the scripture.
Proverbs 22 and 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil.
A prudent man is somebody that's wise. He said what? He foreseeth the evil. Okay? Because he's wise, he see it. And the wisdom is the scriptures. Okay?
And hideth himself.
And hiding himself where? In the secret place of the Most High.
Shadow of the Most High.
That's in Psalm 91.
Mhm.
But the simple pass on and are punished.
Right, simple pass on and punished. But they don't have the scriptures, so they're going to be destroyed. So we don't close with that. We're going to say all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Vakakwadash.
Lord willing, the video is edifying. And next week, Lord willing, shalom.
Shalom.